Hi, I'm Jay Seville, the realtor behind WilmingtonRealEstate.com. That's Wilmington-Real-Estate.com. And because we're focused on Carolina Beach today, I am not wearing the power suit that I was so used to wearing up in Washington, D.C. I am wearing just my regular beach attire that I show property with these days in Carolina Beach. And of course, I live and work full-time here in Wilmington and Carolina Beach. The office is on South Lake Park Boulevard. And finally, I've gotten around to doing an in-depth analysis of CB real estate. It's been needed for a while, and this is going to give you a lot of information. It's going to give you the big picture of all the residential real estate, and then we're going to look a little more narrow, such as the classic beach cottage niche and the oceanfront condo niche. So I'll walk you through that in a real quick, easy way to remember who I am, as I'm the realtor with too many kids. I have 7 little kiddos and I'm very busy, and that's why I'm asking you to not notice the crib in my office off to the side. Hopefully in about 3 months I will have my office back and be able to decorate it with plaques, awards, pictures, and standard man cave stuff like surfboard and Arizona State paraphernalia. Alright, now let's move on. This right here is the picture or the actual website of WilmingtonRealEstate.com. Some of the recent articles. What are real estate taxes here in the area? The difference between city limits, outside the city limits. The market frenzy for the $200,000 price range in Wilmington. Quick market data for Curry Beach, Wilmington. Here, an article on the special assessment that was done for Shell Island Resort Condotel in Wrightsville Beach. You get the idea. Lots of detailed niche articles for you, the buyer, regardless of what niche you're interested in. I probably have a lot of material on it, such as Hoggard High School homes for sale, etc. All right, let's get started with the big picture here. This is spring inventory for Carolina Beach. This includes all residential real estate. I have not narrowed down the price ranges, square foot, or anything. And what we have here is a 20% increase almost in inventory compared to a year ago. Why would that be? Well, look at this giant spike here from December and January. Guess what we had here in Carolina Beach, as was the case in much of the Northeast. We had the worst winter ever. Literally, real estate just stopped here because we had snow. We even had oceanfront snow. Can you imagine? So before reading too much into this, I would wait for the whole year to reach any conclusions and see how the inventory pans out at the end of 2014. Is it going to be the same as last year, or did it in fact go up? Next, we will look at the number of sales here for Carolina Beach homes, and looking at this quarter, that would be, you know, the last 3 months versus those 3 months last year, March, April, May. We have an increase in inventory, 15%. We have fewer sales than a year ago. We have, let's see, a drop in solds, 3.3%, but there are 27% right here, 27% decrease in the number of pending contracts. So really things slowed down this year after a boom last year, and some of that very well may be due to the horrible winter we had, and again we'll see how it plays out the rest of the year. And as you can see, as we're going to get to next, alright, so this is a redo where I got more detailed, showing you the specific numbers. Inventory was up and the number of solds was down 3% from a year ago, so I should have just used this picture instead. Next, the days on the market. This is interesting. Average days on the market is down 10% compared to a year ago. So there's demand for homes, and typically they're selling right here 91% of list price. Very similar to what they were selling for a year. The percent sold price as a percentage of list price. And for the record, this is about 5 months. The average days on market is about 5 months to sell a home. So if you're having a home listed, you know, be patient. It's going to take a while in most cases. All right, now let's get to what I consider much more helpful analysis of Carolina Beach real estate and homes for sale. And I will call this the big picture. I'm going to go back 2 years, and I'm using the most common sales in Carolina Beach, and that would be homes that are 1,300 to 3,000 square feet. Most homes fall into that category. Homes that are priced 150,000 to 600,000. I would say that makes up 90% of sales. And houses and townhouses. We're going to leave the condos out for later. And if you go back 2 years, you see there's a 13% increase in the sold prices from 2 years ago. That's the big picture. We'll go back and just look at it as a year, but the point is, in the last couple years, it's been a strong, healthy recovery for Carolina Beach real estate. Now, if we just go over quarter from just 1 year ago, we see right here with these blue lines that the average sold price, it's just a tiny bit up from a year ago. So it's really flat and level and stable. I call it steady, steady, steady. So the big increase was a year ago, and this year, for the last year, it's been very flat. Okay, now let's have more fun with this. Let's get niche-y. Now hopefully I can find the right tabs to show this to you. And by the way, here when I talk about this most common price range, this is some examples of the homes I'm talking about right here. So these are the homes up to 600,000 in Carolina Beach. Many of them are single family houses. Some are ocean front or ocean view, and just standard typical houses in the area, including these duplex side-by-side townhouses. Sometimes the realtors call them houses, sometimes they label them as townhouses, and sometimes they label them as condos, so it's a little bit frustrating. Let's look into the next niche of real estate, and this would be the classic Carolina Beach cottage for sale. Now, when I say a beach cottage, what am I talking about? I'm talking about homes that are, 800 to 1,300 square feet in that $150,000 to $300,000 price range. These are some classic, beach cottages here. Once in a while, they're oceanfront, and if they're priced a little low in oceanfront, then red flag, there's an issue. For example, this one here, my understanding is it is too close to the beach. If it gets wiped out, it cannot be rebuilt, and it cannot get flood insurance. So the main point is, if something's too good to be true, it probably is. All right, just some more pictures of these classic beach cottages. Here's one, and a newer one, that kind of thing. And usually they are like 1,100 square feet, 1,200 square feet, 800 square feet. Just tiny little cottages, little getaways for the beach. Now, as far as that's concerned, what's the data on them? If you go back 2 years ago, the average sold price is, and these are the properties that are 800 to 1,400 square feet in the $150,000 to $350,000 price range, single family houses only. If you go back 2 years, the average price has gone from $240,000 to $280,000. So strong demand for these beach cottages. And the next niche I want to look at would be the oceanfront condos. Now, when I look at these, I'm ruling out, and there's one in here, no, it's not showing. I'm ruling out the high-rises, the concrete and steel high-rises. I'm just going to focus on the typical oceanfront condo in Carolina Beach. And these usually are 800 to 1,100 square feet. As you can see here, 800, 800, 900, 900, and 1,100 square feet. And usually typically they're 2-bedroom, 2-bath. So what has happened with these 2-bedroom, 2-bath oceanfront condos in the last year or two? I think I have some data right here. And yeah, 2000, going back 2013, in the last year, what I did, I took the 5 solds back in 2013 at the beginning of the timeline, and I compared them to the 5 most recent solds of the same oceanfront condos, and the average sold price was $211,000 versus $219,000. So a tiny bump of almost 4%. So it's been a very healthy market also for the oceanfront condo niche. So there you go with Carolina Beach, sort of a primer on what's been going on in our market. The one that I think is most useful has to do with the property right here, and that is in the last 2 years property values have gone up 13%, and in the last year though it's been very flat. Okay, and inventory has also gone up, and we're waiting to see how that plays out because of the harsh winter we had. For any questions you have on Carolina Beach, condos for sale, etc., investment properties, I have a ton of information. I have PDF files on the investment properties, profit and loss statements, statements from different buildings on the financial reserves they have in the bank. Like Pelican Watch has $1.2 million in the bank. It's a good, healthy concrete and steel building that's very safe and hurricane friendly, you might say. So whatever you're interested in, chances are I'm the expert and will negotiate hard for you, because I am a classic buyer agent with $50 million of contracts negotiated. All right, God bless, and we'll be in touch.